Hi, let us talk about what is going on right now in the market. And Ethereum price is right now at $1,100. So it briefly recovered from the $900 bottom, right? So we are seeing some form of price, some form of relief rally that's going on right now. Right? So where are we heading right now? Is this the bottom? Is $900 the bottom? Are we heading to heading back to a full range market recovery, or we are actually going to go lower again? So I'm going to share my opinion here in this video. So if you look at the overall market trend, right, I think by and large we are still in a bear market. Yeah, there's no doubt that we are in a bear market right now, right? Because if you look at the charts from all time horizons, right? You look at 14-day charts, right? This looks a bearish, right? It's going down, right? It's like a lower high and lower low. 30 days lower high, lower low. 90 days lower high, lower low. 180 days lower high, lower low, right? 1 year lower high, lower low, right? So you put it at maximum, right? Maximum, when you put the chart at a maximum time horizon since the beginning of Ethereum at all the way from year 2015, right? You can see that this is bearish as well, right? But this is definitely like bearish as well. We have a clear triple top pattern, and we crossed the previous high, right? The peak of the previous high, which is supposed to be a strong support 1400, right? But basically it just break the 1400 support without any uh without any resistance, right? It just breaks break past it, right? So this falling line is definitely very strong. You don't want to like like try to time the bottom right now, right? So it is like bearish no matter how you look at it, right? 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days, and 1 year, right? So how bad it will be, right? So I think it's pretty bad, and it will continue to get worse, right? Because you definitely do not want to time the reversal in this market, because it can get a lot worse. Right now I will share why I think so. So in order to understand why I think that it is going to get worse and worse for the next few days, for the next few weeks, we need to look at the history and the reason for this crash. Okay. So if you look at 2018, so 2018, that crash from the peak, this coincides with the overall market correction, right? In 2018, we had a euphoria. So Bitcoin was like 20K. Bitcoin was like 20K. And over the next 2 years, right, it began to crash to 3K, right? So the same story was happened to Ethereum, right? Ethereum was like 1400, right? All the way come down to like a low low triple digit, right? But remember, that was not so scary, because that entire process of the price correcting down to 2 years. 2 years is a lot of time. All right. So basically that if you actually short cryptocurrency during that period, it's not an easy thing to do, because within the same time period of 2 years, right? Even though the entire market is correcting down from a 2 year time horizon, but there's a lot of relief rally, right? There's a lot of relief rally and short covering and a market bouncing back, right? So when we see the uptrend or downtrend, we need to look at the gradient, which means like the slope, right? So you can see that the slope is not very it's not very steep. It's not very steep. So because this time horizon is actually over like from all the way coming down. Okay, if I say we look at the 2019 absolute bottom, right, that's $150 price, right? It took 2 years, right, from 2017 year end to 2019, from 2019, yeah, that's 2 years, right? But okay, even if you, let's say, if you look at the very first bottom at 400 plus, it took at least several months, right? So basically, it took like 3 months to hit the first bottom, and it took like 1 year plus to hit the next bottom, right? So we see that the previous crash actually take a lot of time. It's not easy to, let's say, make money on the short side. In fact, even for the previous crash, right, there's plenty of opportunity to make money on the long side by buying the dip, right, for Ethereum and Bitcoin. Most likely that applies for Bitcoin because Bitcoin was more of a blue chip back then. Ethereum was not clearly a blue chip back then, right? Which Ethereum definitely is a blue chip right now, right? So if you can go back to a time machine to 2018, you will want to like trade the market by buying the dip, and you can make quite good money, right, by buying the dip, right? Of course, first choice will be Bitcoin, right? Ethereum probably not so much of a good candidate to buy the dip, right? That is provided if you have time machine. And remember, in year 2018, the stock market was trading sideways. The stock market wasn't crashing down and crashing down like what is happening right now. There is leverage. There's leverage in the market, definitely. There's leverage in the market, and there's also a liquidation of the leverage in the market. But it's not as serious as what is happening right now. Because of the previously we only have CFI, right? Now we have CFI and DeFi, both actually giving a lot of leverage to different entities, regardless if you are retail or institutional investors, right? Okay, and then let's go back to year 2021 May, right? 2021 May, we had a so-called this mini crash. This mini crash happened is because we are over leveraged. We are very over leveraged, right? So Ethereum and Bitcoin basically just flash crash. Ethereum fell from 4,000 to 2,000, and Bitcoin fell from 60,000 to 30,000, right? So that happened in 1 or 2 months. Right? So this is over leverage, but the crash isn't so bad because we can find a bottom at halfway of the market. The reason why is that the overall market trend is still bullish. Remember, at the same time, at this period, stock was going up. So actually, we just had this liquidation due to too much leverage. So because the overall market is bullish, risk assets are bullish as well, and we are still feeling the effects of QE. Stock markets are doing well. So after the day, we had a rally back again. Right? So and at the end of the year, we crash again due to over leverage, and this is exacerbated by the talking of a rate hike. So we know that a rate hike is coming. We don't know how serious it is. Depends on inflation data, right? And now we have this crash. This crash is very serious, right? Okay, I also missed out another crash previously. Before I talk about this crash, it's harder to see in the Ethereum market. It's more clear if you look at Bitcoin market, right? So there is this 2020 COVID-19 crash, right? We look at 2020 March and February. So Ethereum crashed from 250 to $100, right? So this is a more than 50% correction. Okay, the reason for this crash, of course, it cannot be leverage. In a bear market, there's no over leverage. Over leverage always happen in the bull market, right? So the reason for this is actually we have a spillover effect from the stock market, right? Because the stock market was actually deleveraging due to this COVID-19 crisis. Deleveraging we have a deleveraging in the major risk assets such as US equities, or the fund manager who are actually selling their assets, and they will also sell their other assets as well to hold their margin in stocks, right? Because if they are holding like Apple stock, Tesla stocks, or like other dividend stocks, right? They want to hold a position. They do want to liquidate all their stock position. They're more inclined to sell alternative assets such as commodity and stocks, right? So actually, we are feeling this more from a spillover effect from the stock market. So there was no like over leverage in the crypto space, right? So here we can summarize is the stock market was bearish, but crypto was not bearish, right? But we feel the hit from the stock market because at this time period, the crypto market is not over leveraged, right? And why do I talk so much about history, right? Because you must understand the history, then you can calculate the impact here, right? So right now we are having the worst of both worlds, right? So right now, of course, crypto market is over leveraged, and we are deleveraging right now. We have C-Fi, DeFi, and you hear all about this like 3AC probably going bankrupt, and other like funds that connected to them have lend money to them, whether it's decentralized exchange or centralized exchange. We don't know if they will survive. So right now we are feeling one of the most most like say serious deleveraging event in crypto space, and this is exacerbated by a deleveraging event in the stock market as well, right? So we know that the Fed is raising interest rate aggressively, very aggressively, because of inflation. And the Fed is very clear about this, right? They're not stopping raising interest rate until they see inflation going up. So we are feeling the impact from both sides. On one hand, we have a crypto deleveraging. On one hand, we have the stock market deleveraging. When stock market is deleveraging, funds that invest in multiple asset class, they will sell their crypto assets as well, right? So we have two forces crashing on the crypto market space, right? So this is unprecedented. That's why we are crashing so hard, right? When you analyze market crash, it's important to look at and analyze the gradient, which means how fast it is crashing, right? Because that is all it matters, right? That's all it matters, right? Because if it's crashing very fast, right, you don't want to try to time the bottom, because that can be very costly if you make a mistake. So this is an unprecedented event because we are feeling the pressure from crypto market, which is deleveraging, and as well as the major asset classes such as stocks, right? So I'm not optimistic on this temporary rally, right? So do not be surprised that Ethereum can get a new low, right? Way below 900. Probably we are seeing something like 400 or 500 or even lower than that, right? Don't be surprised if you see $100 Ethereum or even double-digit dollar Ethereum, right? Ethereum trading at $90 or $80. If that happens, it will be for a few hours before we have a recovery. That is something more like a crash, a market flash crash if it ever happens, right? The reason I think that will happen, or I would say that there's a real chance of that happening, of Ethereum falling to a really insane low level, is that there's so much sell pressure right now, right? There's so much sell pressure. Now, a lot of the funds right now, they have actually liability greater than the asset. So if you know basic accounting, we have liability greater than asset, you're basically insolvent. So the way to solve this is actually you need to unload the positions whenever there's a market rally. So everybody's trying to do the same thing, but whenever there's a market rally, they try to unload, it will crash the market. So this is the reason for my analysis. Okay, that's all for today. If you like my channel, subscribe my channel.